We're gonna give a review of the brickwork that we had done. We're normally doing things like this ourselves, but we hired it out this year because we just ran out of time and we had a little bit of extra money and the price was right when we got it quoted. So we went with a company. We showed you kind of halfway through the job what was done, and now we're gonna show you the completed work and give our opinion about it. So I'm kind of pressed to do this because the internets gave me an email that said, please review the company. So I'm a little bit at a loss about how to review them. So this is the practice for the official review of the company on the internets. So Joe, what happened? What did you like about what we see? What did you not like about what was done?
No, mainly,
yeah,
we hired them to do this middle bump out section on the front of our house, our 1860s brick house here, and then on the east side around the windows as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they did this parts of this part. And you can see they ground it out with a grinder, which I understand, but also then they got into the brick a little bit. So all of the joints between the brick that they redid are thicker, sometimes significantly thicker than the old joints between the bricks.
And that's not really a structural problem. It's more like an
aesthetic
problem.
Aesthetic problem. So that is sort of just, I understand it. It's not how I would have preferred it to look, but it is what it is at this point. The good news is that they did it in less time than it would have taken me by far to do whatever.
Yeah, how long do you think it would have taken you to do this whole facade and the east facade?
It's just been hours and hours and hours because I would have had to figure out how to do it and learn, and it would have been slow at the beginning especially.
And you had done it in little pieces when you had free time.
Right. So this way it's done. It's all finished before winter. The good part was that they did sort of extra stuff that they didn't need to do and didn't really charge us extra for the extra stuff.
Yeah, the gutter over here.
So yeah, there was a bad spot behind the gutter that wasn't part of the original quote, but they just filled it in.
Yeah, it was all rotted away. All the mortar was gone. And there's no longer a moisture problem, and there wasn't a moisture problem happening. It's just from ages, the mortar was gone and needed to be fixed.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. That was a good thing. That was a positive.
Right.
So we're racking up the positives. What are the other positives?
Well, I do like, there was this corner brick that had been, somebody had just kind of put mortar over the front of this whole brick here. And these corner bricks are unique, and I don't think they probably make them like this at all. They don't make any brick like this because it's all hand, slapped clay. So there's all sorts of imperfections, which are cool. So this one, you can see this part, they had kind of just mortared over the front, but it was mortared all the way around, and it looked not good. Yeah. So they did cut out a portion here and put a brick face in there, which makes it look, I think, much better than it did look before. All right, so we're on the east face of the house, and they did all these 4 windows again. Did around all 4 of them. They were just missing mortar, and you can see that in the old video. But a good thing they did that we weren't asking them to do was the, what's that called? The headpiece? The lintel above the window. Yeah. There's a crack in it. There was a crack in it, and you can see right there they chiseled it and mortared it back in so that it would be a sound piece again. They also did a pretty nice job. If you were just looked at it, you couldn't tell, but this whole brick here and this brick here, they both needed to be replaced. So they actually cut those out by hand, chiseled them out, cut in, and put new bricks in here and behind here, so that it would be complete again, which I know was time consuming, and other contractors would have charged us a couple $100 just for that one brick replacement, and they just kind of did it because they thought it should be done. So another good thing that as far as working with us, we had a lot of brick laying around the property, and they were able to use that brick and match or kind of blend the colors where they replaced brick. So that was a money saver for us, a time saver for them, and a good thing all around. So you remember there was a hole where a little stovepipe came out, a wood stovepipe, and they patched that in. Again, the mortar joints are pretty huge, but the job is done.
It needs to be finished on the inside of the house, but it's in a place you can't see, so we'll get to it. But there won't be cold air coming in this winter from a hole. So that's a good thing.
Yeah. They also did a lot better job matching the mortar color. You can hardly tell the difference in color between the new mortar, which is here, and the old mortar, which is right next to it. And the interesting thing was that they used the sand from our sandbox, from our kids' sandbox, which they didn't quite ask us for, but they just did it. And it turns out they did a lot better job matching, for example, than these mortar joints, which clearly these were prior to us owning the house, but they don't match at all.
Yeah, I just kind of, you can see them, especially in this video, like they're everywhere, under there. So these are all things on brick that you don't really notice when you first just look at a house, but as you start to pick, they become very obvious. So matching brick color, the brick color here in this old doorway, that was done before we moved here. It's very, very orange compared to like the more red and black hue of our original brick. So we feel like as far as brick match color, the company we hired did a good job. And maybe that's because the brick was already here and maybe it was from the house or something like that originally. But anyway, that is what it is. We're happy about it. Now that you saw the brickwork done, do you think you'll do, because there's more to be done. This house is kind of big.
There's more to do than can ever be done in this world. To
quote a great film. Do you think you'll do it yourself, or are you going to hire out pieces again? What do you think, given the experience we had and the price we paid?
Probably do it myself. I think I'll be more satisfied. Mm-hmm. This, of course, depends on life circumstances in the future, but
yeah,
I think I'll probably try to do it myself. See what happens.